Hello everyone and welcome to a day in an art studio. In this video I'll show you what a day in an art space looks like for me, and hopefully you'll get some tips for working in your own art space, be it a studio or your own room. Let's get started. I start my day with planning. I write down the main tasks of the day to keep my day more organized and to prevent me from forgetting the most important tasks. Today I need to work on some client work and do some admin stuff like answering emails, sending bills, stuff like that. And I will do those things first before working on any of my own stuff. The client work I'm doing at the moment is illustrations for a scientific book. I do this digitally, working either on the computer or my iPad. The client work is very different from my own projects, but that's one of the reasons I like it. When the client work is done for the day, I start working on my own projects. First, I'll clear the workspace from all unnecessary items and set up the supplies that I need. Today I'm working with watercolor, so I'll set up all the things I need for that, like my brushes, water, and some towels. I like to keep my desk clear of things that I don't need, because it makes me concentrate better on the task at hand. Clutter makes me feel very unproductive. It's getting quite dark where I live, so I try to work on my art during the few hours of daylight that we get. Obviously, this is not possible every day, but I try my best. Today I'm working on some unfinished watercolor pieces that you'll see in the next shot. Usually I work on multiple pieces during one day, alternating between them when the other one is drying. It's time for a break. I try to take breaks once per hour, but obviously that doesn't always happen. During my break, I might make a cup of coffee or tea, eat lunch, water the plants, or read an art book. We have this cozy beanbag in our studio, and I must admit that sometimes I also nap there while listening to a podcast. We keep art books in the bookshelf behind me, and sometimes I flip through them during a break or if I'm finding it hard to find inspiration. I also have my old sketchbooks there, if I want to reinvent some old ideas. Next, I'll work on some other unfinished pieces. I keep all my unfinished works in this drawer where I can see and access them easily. I also keep my art in protective sleeves so they won't get damaged. Sometimes choosing what piece to work on can be difficult, but today I went with the one that still requires quite a bit of work. This is the piece that I went with. It's also in watercolor, so I don't need to change the setup. I'll work on this the rest of the day while I still have some daylight. When it's getting dark, I'll stop working on the art and focus on something else. Today I'm decorating the studio a little bit and updating our wall. I share this space with my friend and we have some of our favorite pieces on this board. Here I'm just updating it a little bit and adding our names. This studio is still very new. We only rented it a month ago, so some of it is still unfinished. For example, we'd like to make a mood board on one of the empty walls of artists that we love and other bits and pieces that inspire us. A studio or an art space of my own has always been a dream of mine. While I like working from home, there are limitations to how much room I have for my art and what kinds of materials I can use. So I'm very happy that we found this space. Here's what it looks like at the moment. It's time to end the day. I'll put my art back into the sleeves and into the drawer to wait for the next time. I will also clear the table and write down some notes from the day. And then it's time to head home. I like to leave my desk clear and uncluttered when I leave, so that it's easier to start again the next day. I hope you enjoyed this day at the studio with me, and see you next time.